Erashiri Shahildunya, Smishakalan Vo Gunghul, and you are watching yet another Koerst Liedje, a monthly-ish video update from Gunghul with news, some exclusive footage that hasn't been posted anywhere, updates from what we are doing, and just a good old chit-chat. And thank you very much for watching. If you are on the mailing list, you get to see this before everybody else. The link to join is in the video description if not, and let's dive in. So unless anything miraculous happens, we have played our final show of 2025, which was also our first Allen Glasachu at the Hug and Pint the day after Halloween. I will have some images here up here. It was a really fun show. I've never played the Hug and Pint before, the other guys have with other bands, and it's a very intimate space. You're right up against everyone else, and the green room, which is just a sort of little room to the side with lots of beer kegs and stuff serving the pub upstairs, was really interesting. So we were playing with Coil Guns, who are a French sort of experimental noise rock band, and Kakihara, who are fellow Glaswegians who are so much fun, and my goodness, they put on an incredible show. And then it was over to us, so I very quickly applied makeup in the green room whilst Paul got changed into an escaped prisoner, and Stuart was a Viking, and Finlay turned up as a knight. He was basically already fully dressed because it was going to be too difficult to put that all on in the venue, so we sound checked, three of us in normal clothes and Finlay as a knight, which was very entertaining. And then we had a great time. It was so hot in there, as it always is, even if it was November. It's a very sweaty venue, and here's some footage.
Catch about more washers! Where's my washers at? Now's the time! God, yes! God, yes! Nice and good! Yes! Size!
And then we, for the second show in a row, brought the merch that we thought we were going to need and sold out of it for the second show in a row because we didn't bring enough. My highlight of selling the merch, number one, was speaking Gaelic to almost every single person in the queue, which was amazing, getting to do that while selling merch out of a cardboard box at the back of the Hug and Pint. Also shout out to Luke, who was dressed as a wizard. I don't think I got any footage of this, but basically he was having to leave early, and so he came up to us before the show and said, hey, can I buy a t-shirt? And he stood for, I kid you not, about 15 minutes while I tried to get my card machine working. And thank goodness he did, because man was patient, got his t-shirt, and then after the show, when everyone else came up to buy the merch, the card machine was working fine and dandy. So if it had been the other way around and I'd had to fumble about for 15 minutes whilst that queue was just growing and growing, would have been very awkward. So taplet the carriage fashion gemach kuchel. The Gaelic Christmas jumpers have arrived. This is what my kitchen currently looks like. And now I have the task of packaging these all up and making sure the right jumper goes to the right place with the right postage. So, wish me luck. But it was amazing. We did this pre-order for a week at the start of November. We got over 60 orders from Ifjugentul, Australia, na Statue Unitje, na Hetalch, Ifjugenduge on an Alpe, Sassing, Ering, Kuchoch, just so many people from so many places supporting Gaelic music, which was amazing. Hashing Hotaingal, or Son Ur Teich. It's going to help us with the plans we have for 2026, some of which I will talk about now. Actually, before I get to that, Black Friday is upon us. Jehun Yadu. And if you're looking for a code, it is in the email I sent you. If you're a mailing list person, check your inbox. The code is there. I will give you 25% off, which is more than the hoi polloi. They only get 20. So thank you for your support, and if you want to join the mailing list, link is in the description. And you'll get fun things like that in future. And you'll get this a month before everybody else. And you'll find out about what's happening in 2026 before everyone else as well. Such as Scotland qualifying for the World Cup. If you missed this, for the first time in 28 years, Scotland are going to the World Cup. Hakainen Jogaken van een arbeidsmierig aan een neugitjig neugethoog van mijn gemaak. And it's very exciting. I've watched those highlights so many times. I've actually lost track of the amount of times I've watched those goals. Anyway, Scotland going to the World Cup, and Saskatchewan, Canada is Mexico in a hawrig, and we have decided to write some music for it. I'm not going to say too much, but there was a suggestion that we do a cover of Runrig's Alba and get as many different Gaelic artists as we can involved, particularly on the chorus, but also on the verses. But you have to get enough people, but you don't want too many people so that you're listening out for Isla Scott and you're thinking, I can't hear her. So it's a balance, but that's the first thing. The second thing is writing something original that's more true Ghaol. And so I think we will do both. Channeosin Keenchoch hast ach bishing iskrive rutigen. What that rutigen is, to be confirmed. But it is happening. There will be a Gaelic Scotland going to the World Cup song next year, before the competition starts. And ideally, before Scotland very quickly gets sent home. At least get through the group stage, lads. Come on. You can do it. And lastly for now, because this will be the last Cuairslítear of the year, here is a little teaser of some pre-production we've been doing. Some songs that we've been writing. Aren't quite ready yet, but they're getting there. So, Shaw blessed them. I think that one's going to be really fun, and very, very excited to finish it and to then play it to all of you lovely people. If you can do it, if you tool views. And that is going to have to do it for this Cuairslítear. Thank you very much for watching. Tap a like or sonar teich. And we will see you in 2026. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year. Nu the hickey. Agus he shing shiv in that one. Cheery.